Pisces. So Aries moon, Pisces sun would be someone that acts in a way where they just get lost in the dream, right? They get lost in the feeling, right? They get la la land, right? Positive or negative, depending on what safeguards they develop into what they can get lost into, right? Because this is the most dreamy. This is the water that can go to any place. It's unrestricted, right? It's free just to like experiment, to feel, to vibe, right? So depending on what's around and what vibes are picking up and being receptive while this person is just dreaming, right, depends on if this is positive or negative. So this is why this person gets lost in a lot of things, but will probably at a certain point understand that it needs to develop safeguards in order to not get hurt, right? Not get emotionally scarred. So this is someone that's coming from a place where they're always trying to do something new, and then they're so receptive to what's going on emotionally. So this is like someone that probably does like definitely get lost in a lot of situations, right? And then get caught up in it, but they're trying to bring their own unique individuality into it. So this seems like a very creative person, but at the same time, they feel like they need to learn about what to get creative on. Like they could get lost in something that may not necessarily be positive, but then if they learn how to like control that, right, then they can always utilize the fact that they always want to execute a new thing. They're coming from a place where they just want to go, and they can utilize that in order to get lost in something, right, and then just create like a cool dream out of that, right? So a very dreamy, very emotional person having the fire and water, right? So yeah, so summing up, this is someone that acts in a way where they're just getting lost in it, right? They're receptive to what's going on emotionally, and they're going to act based on what's going on emotionally, right? And then they're coming from a place where they just want to bring them in new ways or new things to the table, right? So it's like very, very dreamy, like getting caught up in what is and then just trying to bring up new ways of dealing with that, right? So maybe not the best for advice, but it could be the best for advice because they could bring up advice that you didn't even think of, but more so like just bring up things into that, into whatever they're lost in that no one even would have thought of, right? So it could be unhelpful and maybe just creative, but it could also be helpful and creative, right? But it does seem creative in a way. So yeah, coming from a place where you're just trying to bring new things into being and act in a way to where you're lost in the dream and what's around. So hopefully developing safeguards to where you can get lost in proper things and then just develop from yourself, right? And bring that into being and shine for that and like have that received like proper, like positively, right? Hey, so that's Aries moon, all suns. Hey, bubbling, coming in, crushing this art.